Okay, now that we're going to divide fractions, remember these are just exactly like the fractions you learned in 6th grade. You'll write the first fraction down, change the sign to times, flip, and multiply. First, you have to factor both the numerator and the denominator. The numerator, a 2x comes out. Let me erase that. A 2x comes out, and you're left with x minus 6. The denominator, we have to look at the factors of 6, which are 1 and 6, and 2 and 3. Which one of those add up, this tells you you're adding, to be 7. Well, these add to be 7. And when you're adding, they're both going to have the same sign, and it's whatever sign's right there. So this is going to be a minus, and this is a minus. And we don't have to do a lot of extra work because our lead coefficient is 1. As long as that's 1, once you've found the factors, it's factored. Okay, so then we're going to change the sign to times, and you're going to flip the second fraction. That 2x is now in the denominator, and the denominator, this one, a 3 factors out, and you're left with x minus 1. All right. So now that everything's factored and it's a multiplication problem, you just cancel from the numerator to the denominator. But you have to make sure that what you're canceling is on top and on bottom. Like 2x is in the numerator, 2x is in the denominator. It cancels. X minus 6 here, x minus 6 there. X minus 1's cancel, and the only thing that's left is 3. And that's your answer. Okay, we're going to factor the numerator and the denominator. I'm going to find factors of 40 are 1 and 40, 2 and 20. 3 doesn't go into it, but it's 4 and 10, 5 and 8, 6 and 7 don't go. So we're looking for factors of 40 that subtract to give you 3, and it's these two. So when you subtract, one's positive and one's negative. 8's bigger, so 8 takes that first sign, so it's minus. 5 takes the other one. So the numerator is x plus 5 times x minus 8. So then we're going to factor the denominator. And so we're looking for factors of 20, which are 1 and 20, 2 and 10, and 4 and 5. And again, we're subtracting. Which one of these subtract to give you 8? Which are these two? When you subtract, the bigger number, which is 10, gets the first sign, and it's plus, which means that 2 is a negative. So this is x minus 2 times x plus 10. And we're dividing fractions. So you're going to change that sign to times, and you're going to flip it. So I'm going to factor this one right here, and it's going to go in the numerator. So we're looking for factors of 20, which are 1 and 20, 2 and 10, and 4 and 5. Which one of those add up to be 12? When you're adding, they both have the same sign, and they're both going to be plus. So this is x plus 2, x plus 10. So we're going to... Okay, so now we're going to factor 40. It's 1 and 40. 2 and 20, 4 and 10, and 5 and 8. Which of those add up to be 13 or 5 and 8? When you're adding, they have the same sign, so they're both going to be plus. So that's going to be x plus 5, x plus 8. Everything's factored. The fractions are where they're supposed to be, so let's cancel. X plus 5's top and bottom. They have an x minus 8 and an x plus 8. That is not the same thing. You have an x plus 2 divided by x minus 2, not the same. But the x plus 10s cancel. So we have x minus 8 times x plus 2 over x minus 2, x plus 8. And that's your answer.